Whoops. I was not paying attention and I pressed the wrong thing. Hey guys.
Oh, you missed the theme music? What up? What up? Oh, there we
My
go.
bad. My bad, y'all. Was having some technical difficulties today, so it took a little while to get things together. I'm a little concerned. I don't know what's been going on. Yeah, like one of my cameras wouldn't stay on, and then things were connecting and disconnecting. It was like a whole thing just now. Like I don't know what was going on. But hello, happy Tuesday. We are early yet again this week.
Felice Martes.
Yeah, we're early yet again. It's just been so much going on. Like, it's been so much going on. So I just said, you know what? And then I have plans tomorrow. So I was like, let me get it out the way. But my goodness, we gonna jump right into it. What was your thorn of the week?
My thorn of the week is almost the same as last week.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, lost my employment. Still fuck my manager.
Period.
Hopefully I don't see him on site, but. But besides another thorn of the week, I want to say it's cold ass weather, but.
Yeah, it was freezing today.
But I enjoy this weather because I was born in it, kind of. So it's my season and all that,
My thorn of the week is I just realized how irritable I can be sometimes. Like, my patience is so thin, and it's just like I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, because it's like no matter. Okay, let me not say that. I realize that my patience is thin in the space of I cannot stand a lack of critical thinking. And it just really bothers me how many people lack critical thinking skills.
It's staggering, but.
Like, I got blocked on TikTok Live because I guess like the host, he relies on emotional what's the word?
Intelligence?
No, emotional not incoherent. It's a word I'm looking for, but I can't. But he relies on a certain type of woman for his content. Because if you are not that type of woman who is emotionally, easily manipulated via emotions, if you're somebody who,
emotionally composed.
That's not the word I was looking for. It's not ignorant. It's like, I'm not saying that I'm a genius. Let me start there. By no means am I saying that I'm anybody's genius. However, my neurospicy superpower is understanding and noticing and understanding patterns. If there is a pattern of this man interacting with other women where either he cuts you off immediately, or like if you use the wrong word, or if you're not careful with your word choice, he will harp on that particular word choice and make that the argument versus what it is you're actually having a conversation about. So say a woman says, I don't know, one thing that they love to bring up is like when women say, well, we're the most educated demographic, blah, 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 blah. And he'll harp on well, you're not more educated than white women. You're not more educated than blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, well, let me rephrase that. Black women hold more advanced degrees when compared to black men, rather than just a blanket statement of more educated.
Oh, I'm gonna double check on that because I think that you were actually accurate on that.
They're not. Like, it's just that more black women hold advanced degrees as compared to black men. And then as that stat got, telephone down the line, podcast to podcast to podcast, it comes out black women are the most educated demographic.
It's Asian women, Asian Americans, and black women.
Right. So we're more likely to hold postgraduate degrees than other demographics of people. But because, like I said, the telephone game, it turns into black women are the most educated. And then they start to argue, oh, well, they're not the most educated. They're the most enrolled. They don't graduate. They blah, blah, blah. And then it becomes a whole thing.
Just tell them Google's free.
And then, but the thing about it is that when women, rather than switch up the approach, women will then get into an argument about, oh, so you don't understand the stat. And it's just like, stop being emotional. Like, stop being emotional, bitch. You're embarrassing us. Like, you're losing. As soon as you get into your bag of losing and being emotional, he got you. And so in me seeing him conduct his live stream like this, I get up there and I'm very careful with my word choices. I'm very careful with how I communicate, and I don't allow them to bait me into nonsensical arguments. Now, all of a sudden, I get kicked off the stage. Cool, no problem. I could type. My thumbs work just fine. So now I'm in the comments. So it's one too many people engaging in conversations with me in the comments. Now, all of a sudden, my comments are getting muted or my comments are getting deleted. And it's like, do you want the engagement or not?
What did you say, though?
Just in whatever it is that's being said on the panel, if it's something that's incorrect, I correct it, or if it's something that sparks a conversation, that I'll respond, and then me and somebody will go back and forth. And it's not always in a bad way. Like, a lot of times it's just general discourse. Like one of his prompts, the prompt that I got blocked on was, why can't women just answer a yes or no question? Why? And then there was like a follow-up question was something about they'll do anything to not be proven wrong. And I actually agreed, because I see it happen all the time. Women will get on the panels, they'll be asked a yes or no question, then they start on this long fucking soliloquy of shit that don't matter and shit that don't got nothing to do with nothing, when it's just like, just answer the question, yes or no. So he plays a clip of a conversation between that guy who did the documentary What is a Woman? Him and this I guess, like, I don't know what the person was, but she works somewhere in the medical field. And he basically, the way he was asking the question is, 1 minute he would say the word biological male, and then in another way he'll ask it and say men. So basically his question is like, can a biological man have a baby? The answer is no. A biological male cannot have a baby. But then he'll ask the question, but because she won't say yes or no, because she'll start yapping. So then he'll say again, can a man have a baby? Okay. Well, yes, a trans man can have a baby because a trans man has women genitalia. So rather than just answer the yes or no, she starts blabbing and having all of these side conversations, and he ends up asking the question multiple times, but each time he asks, he interchanges biological male versus man. And so I'm in the comments saying biological male equals no, man equals yes. Somebody is like, oh, how could you say that, blah, blah, blah. I said, because there are people who identify as men who have female genitalia, and they can in fact get pregnant. There's a ton of pregnant studs on the internet. So I don't understand why she can't just answer the question.
Here's why: because he kept pushing. It sounded like he pushed the straw man argument on her to make it seem like he was right.
I don't know if straw man.
No, that's a straw man. He framed the question. He framed the question as is. Because a question like that is nuance. I think you
it's not. It's answer the question. Can a man have a baby? Yes or no? But yes. How can a man have a baby? A trans man, which is a female, a biological female, can have a baby.
But yeah, he didn't say that. He just isolated to can a man have a baby?
No, but that's what I'm saying. The answer to can a man have a baby is yes. A man can have a baby.
Also, the reason why I say he was trying to straw man is because you brought up the What Is a Woman documentary from Matt Walsh. So that's how I knew what his intentions was.
Yeah, but I feel like straw man is a very specific fallacy. I don't know if
it's literally a logical fallacy.
Right, but it's a logical fallacy that applies in a certain scenario. I don't remember. Like, I know what they are. Like, I know ad hominem. I know.
Oh, I got you right now.
Like, I just don't remember what it actually is. But I say all of that to say that because I was in the chat going back and forth with somebody about how she could have easily answered the question in a yes or no fashion, but she rather, you know,
she could have answered.
She elaborated her answer before she did. I got muted in the chat and then blocked from seeing that person's live, which actually I will say I thought of it. I mean, granted, we were talking about my thorn of the week, but I'm going to say that maybe that was my rose of the week, because I need to be blocked from stupid conversations like that, because men who quote unquote debate in bad faith, I need to stay far away from, because it just is, although it may make me look good, I may get a few new followers, or I may, you know, connect with a few new female content creators. I may, you know what I mean? I may get a couple of little gifts on TikTok live, because I've been getting little gifts here and there. They don't really amount to much of shit, because I think you need like 100 of them to make a penny or something. It's something stupid the way that they do the gifts on TikTok live. But, you know, as much as I may receive from it, I give way too much. It's too much attention. It's too much brain power. It's too much thought. It's just ridiculous. And it's like, and these is men who, they don't show their face. They don't have their real names. They are literal just bots in a screen. It was a woman in one of these spaces where her tongue is heavy as hell. Like, you could hear she fat in her voice. And she get the yapping about.
She sound like Biggie and shit.
She get the yapping about single women hate married women, and it was just like, no single woman hates married women. We just hate when married women think that they have the end all be all to relationships, when majority of the times when you look at their husbands, you would never choose their husbands. And I was right, because when I went on her page and I had to scroll a bajillion lines down, I finally found a photo of her and her husband, and I said, ooh, jump scare. Bitch, you made me mad, bitch. Bitch, you made me mad, bitch. Like, jump scare. Like, I don't want nothing to do with your husband. Mamita's like, you and him, y'all ain't had nobody but each other. Bruh. Like, let's be fucking for real. Like, you flashing this, I'm married, and it's just like, girl, you needed to be. Because if you was out here in these single streets with the rest of us, ooh, heaven help you. So, yeah, I say all of that to say my thorn of the week was definitely like coming to grips with how short my patience are. And granted, yes, have I called people stupid in them chats? Have I deserved to be blocked from some? Because I got blocked more than once this week, actually. That was just the one that I remember. But have I called people stupid? Absolutely.
No, you listen. Calling people stupid, you don't got to be patient to call people stupid. You got to call them out their name.
No, because a lot of times it don't be that they really be dumb. Especially the people who run the spaces. A lot of times those people are very intelligent. They just know that ignorance is the quickest way to get notoriety. Say the most ignorant, outlandish, contrary shit, and you're going to get people flocking into your space. Like the conversation about why do single women hate married women? Yeah. I ain't had no business in there, because I don't hate married women. That was not a conversation meant for me. And that's what I kept saying at one point. I was like, because they were like, because every woman who came into the space and got on this stage, they all expressed that they don't hate married women. They just hate when married women have a superiority complex, or they hate how condescending they are, or they hate, like they named a specific behavior that they didn't like, but yet they kept using examples of, well, I was in a feminist space, and as soon as I said I was married, they kicked me off the stage, or they muted me, or they blocked me. And I'm like, so why don't you ask those people why they hate you? You're asking other people to explain something that they don't believe in. Like, if I don't hate married women, how can I answer for someone who hates a married woman? I'm not that person. But the truth of the matter is those women don't talk to you. So that's why you can't get an accurate answer, is because they don't fucking talk to you. So you have to get the answer from anybody willing to talk to you. And I had to realize, I got to stop being willing. I have to stop being a willing and able participant in the fuckery.
That's crazy. You read my mind. I was saying he's a fuck shit or fuckery.
So I guess that interaction was both my rose and thorn of the week. It's a twofer. What about you? What's your rose of the week?
I have a two for myself. Birthday this week. That's the rose of the week.
Period.
And
how you plan on celebrating?
Just to go out. Usually in these harsh, cold weathers, I just act like a bear and hibernate and just reflect and shit. So I'm just gonna try to do whatever possible to, celebrate it in any way I can.
Okay, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I don't know how you winter babies survive. Like, I have one homegirl whose birthday is in November.
Oh, that ain't nothing. And, you gotta be in the thick of winter and shit.
I mean, my other homegirl, who her birthday is in December, she's the week before Christmas. She's in Georgia, so it doesn't get that cold when we used to go out for her birthday. But I haven't spent her birthday with her in a few years. And when we were supposed to see each other in Philly, her social calendar just was way too full to make time for little old me. So I was unable to see her then, But yeah, it's just, I don't know how y'all manage having to wear boots, hats, furs, coats, all of that. I can't.
Oh, that's light work. But I'll probably fuck around. I'll probably wear shorts outside in this cold ass weather.
You're bugging.
But another part two of my rose of the week. I actually made myself useful and did tutorials and shit, and did my courses and all that. Well, tutorials on the stock market and shit, trading and shit like that.
You did tutorials or you watched tutorials?
Watched tutorials, excuse me.
Oh.
Correction. Yeah, I was watching tutorials on, trading and stuff like that. So I'm trying
good for you.
Trying to make income on my own just in case, the job market is not favoring me too well,
I mean, it is a very interesting job market right now. I've heard from a few people that it should be turning soon.
I doubt it. I honestly doubt it.
Really? Why you say that?
Well, I mean, job growth is going down and unemployment keeps on increasing and shit like that. And then all the fuckery that this idiot is doing right now might fuck up the job market even more. Like with the whole Greenland stuff like that. Yeah. He got Europe pissed off and shit.
Greenland?
Yeah, he said he's trying to take Greenland, like colonize it, basically. And he basically got Europe and Canada.
Brother.
He basically got Europe and Canada saying, fuck no. If you fuck around, we're going to sell all U.S. bonds. So if that shit happens, that means the dollar is going to drop dramatically and we're fucked as Americans.
I mean, well, okay. I mean, what if the dollar drops dramatically? Would that like?
It'd be worse than the Great Depression.
In what way?
If the U.S. dollar is not the world currency, that's a bad thing for everyday Americans, pretty much.
In what way?
You can't afford shit. Everything's gonna go. Inflation is gonna basically skyrocket. Goods is gonna skyrocket too.
So, says who?
Wait, says who? What do you mean says who?
Yeah, how would that? Like, what would that affect? Like, wouldn't that just mean that like?
The average person's not gonna afford what. Basically, all these corporations, they're gonna raise their prices on everything, knowing that the average consumer is not gonna be able to afford this shit. Basically, like, money's gonna be tight, pretty much. It's catastrophic. And then Wall Street sees that shit, is like, oh no, this is a bad thing.
But that just would. But see, all right. So I guess what I'm asking is, when it comes down to like, are the bare necessities going to be affected? Is your housing going to be affected? Is your groceries going to be affected? Are your utilities going to be like? I'm not talking about
yes,
consumer goods. I'm talking about, does it affect? Like, my rent can't go up out of nowhere. Grocery prices, maybe, because we see how dynamic, the dynamic pricing, how that stuff works or whatever.
Also, put it like this: like all the trade that the U.S. does with European countries, that gets clipped.
Yeah, but what does that affect? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not asking the right question.
Just know it'll be catastrophic, basically.
Yeah, but I don't think that, like, but you can't explain that to make it seem like I don't get what would be catastrophic about it.
I got you right now. Hold on. Let me break it down for you like this. If the U.S. dollar collapsed, it would mean a drastic loss of purchasing power, causing skyrocketing inflation, potentially hyperinflation, making imports unaffordable, devaluing savings and investments, increasing borrowing costs, disrupting global trade, leading...
Yeah, but that's all stuff outside. That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, but it affects here.
All right, it says imports. If we don't buy anything imported, what changes? If you start buying items that are made in America, so that means whatever you get from, if you shop at Italy or if you shop at anywhere where shit, or the China H Mart or anywhere where things have to come in, you just don't shop there anymore.
All right, so for individuals, like, there'll be higher cost in like electronics, oil.
Don't buy electronics until shit gets better.
What else? Dollar-denominated savings, retirement funds, investments lose value rapidly, making necessities unaffordable, pretty much.
Okay, so then that affects the old people.
And what else?
I just don't be quick to want to jump on a bandwagon of, oh my God, everything is going to be terrible. It's just like, no, like some of this shit, low key, I feel like some of this shit needs to happen.
No,
people are way too reliant on things. People are way too reliant on consumerism and capitalism that, yeah, something may need to happen to disrupt some of that shit. So people could get back to the fucking basis of things. No, you don't need a new iPhone every year or every time one comes out. No, you don't need every electronic. You don't need a 75-inch TV from Costco. You don't need that shit. Agreed. You would have a better quality of life if you didn't have a lot of that shit. If honestly speaking. So to me, I'm not quick to fall for the, oh my God, the world is going to end. No, some of that shit needs to happen. Yes, people do need to stop buying shit out of season. That's part of the reason why we have global warming and part of the reason why we have deforestation, because shit is not supposed to be sold all year round. There are things that's supposed to go in and out of fucking season. Mangoes are not supposed to be available 365. That's not supposed to happen. That's why we end up with so much food waste. That's why we end up with so much fast fashion ending up in the ocean. That's why we end up with freaking data centers taking over small cities, because we don't need a lot of this shit.
Yeah. Nah, but again, if Europe divests from U.S. bonds, that's a bad thing.
I guess.
Yeah. And plus, the U.S. dollar, too, also traveling is going to be a problem. Like, our U.S. passports won't be valid in certain countries.
Actually, I did have something to do with passports, but I don't think it was that. It was a situation, where is it? Where they were saying that dual citizenship is under attack. Oh. Yeah, there's a new bill. There's a new bill that is basically saying that
that hasn't passed yet.
Yeah, it's up for I guess vote or whatever, or it's been introduced. I don't know if it's getting ready to be voted on yet, but it's been introduced where the new bill could ban dual citizenship for Americans. For decades, the U.S. has allowed its citizens to hold multiple passports, but a new proposal is looking to change that longstanding rule. Senator Bernie Moreno of Ohio, of course it would be a flyover state, nigga, proposed the Exclusive Citizenship Act of 2025, a piece of legislation that could effectively end dual nationality for Americans. If passed, the law would force millions of people to make a heartbreaking choice: keep their American citizenship or forfeit it to remain a national of another country. Currently, the U.S. is clear about the rules, writing that the U.S. law does not require a U.S. citizen to choose between a U.S. citizenship and a foreign one. U.S. citizens may naturalize in a foreign state without any risk of their U.S. citizenship.
Yeah.
The flexibility has allowed people born in the U.S. but raised abroad or foreigners naturalized in the U.S. to maintain ties to their home worlds. The bill wants to change the definition of loyalty. It argues that U.S. citizens should owe sole and exclusive allegiance to the U.S. Under this new rule, the double life of traveling with two passports could be over. And there are two ways that this may play out for those currently holding dual status. They would have to formally renounce their foreign citizenship to keep their U.S. passport and standard. And then I'm not going to y'all website. Fuck all of that.
That won't. Yeah, I just checked. It's not gonna. It's unlikely to pass.
But yeah, and I was thinking about dual citizenship at one point in time. Actually, I want to say right after the pandemic, I was seriously considering it because it seemed like it would have been a good time. Like, it seemed like it would have been cool. Both of my parents have been naturalized for years here, but it would have been nice if they would be able to, even though they haven't. Well, my mom's been back to Jamaica plenty of times. I don't know the last time my dad's been back. But it would have been nice to be able to get them both dual citizenship, and even for myself, like, just because.
Unfortunately, I can't do that. Unfortunately.
Oh, it's not available to Cubans.
Well, yeah, because the U.S. Well, okay, so two things. Like, if you're for example, my aunt, she has two passports: a Cuban passport and a U.S. passport. The Cuban passport does not acknowledge her as a U.S. citizen. They acknowledge her as a U.S. citizen, a Cuban citizen, and they only go by her maiden name and all that stuff. Where the U.S. passport says that she was from Cuba, that she is a U.S. citizen, but it's also she's under her married name still.
Oh, yeah. So she's in.
And then since I'm American, I can't get be a Cuban citizen at all unless I defect over there.
What that mean?
No, like I just defect from the U.S. and live in Cuba basically. So there'll be no dual citizenship for me unless I go to another country. But if it's just me asking dual citizenship for Cuba, that's a dub for me. Unless something dramatic changes, but yeah.
Oh yeah, this was funny. I don't think we got to talk about this.
That dance, touched the wall trip, and immediately pulled off the most nefarious grift I have seen in a long time. He get back to the crib. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna launch a meme coin, the NYC token. It's gonna battle anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism." Now I'm dead ass. This nigga said that shit word for word.
This New York City coin is to use the revenue generated to address anti-Americanism, anti-Semitism.
Gets on Twitter, doubles down. We about to change the game, dickheads. I'm back like Cook Crack in the 80s. What? I may not be married no more, but we making change around this motherfucker, man. Donate. This nigga immediately liquidated. He is now up $3.4 million. Whoever was dumb enough to buy his coin, dickhead, like, I don't understand. March Vera, you guessed it. Broke. Stupid as fuck. And why he do this? Strictly for vibes, man. Fuck it. I don't got no other way to get money. Y'all niggas ain't fucking with me. I told you, I was running man like a painted fool. And basically even funny because, like, we literally have not seen this nigga since. He lost, went straight over to the blue and white, said, man, hey, just know I served y'all, son. I was your slave. I'm gonna need my get back. And they was like, we not giving you money directly, but, meme coins, fuck it. Try that. He was like, all right, well, as long as y'all boost me on Twitter, TikTok, whatnot, I'll do it. Fuck it. And I gotta respect it, because scams and shit like that, I'd be like, you know what? I mean, who's dumb enough to do some shit like that? Like, they bought into that. They really believed you. You know what I mean? Like, come on, son. You thought this nigga was gonna use that money to battle anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism? This nigga don't know America. I'm up. What? I've been like,
that's a lot of money.
Group chat. Dinner on me tonight, man. I just scammed a whole bunch of dickheads. I'm like, yeah, this go in my pocket. We ain't battling shit. Tap dancer, slave ass nigga, man. I know if you took that hat off, the other one would be right there, sitting on like a little pancake. This nigga is egregious. I can't even blame son. He probably like, yo, everybody rug pulling. I need to pull mine out too. Fuck that. I mean, I seen our president launch one. Has anybody liquidated from that? No. The Argentinian president launched one. President wife launched one. And nobody coming for them. Fuck, I'm gonna do it too. Niggas ain't liquidate within the first 24 hours though, bro. Like, I can tell he ain't even try to hide this shit. He's like, man, fuck it, who cares?
He ain't try to
I'm gonna go
hide
disappear again. I'm
it.
about to take another vacation. Look how unapologetic he is with the grip. He said, cash credit card. Got some NYC token. I got you, brother. This shit about to take off, and I'm taking off next.
Sounds like money
See you never,
laundering.
dickheads. I donated. I can feel the anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism is leaving my body right now. Thank you for the token, man. I've been looking to figure out how to fix this shit. Now I respect to Eric a little because he runs shit on creative mode. Like, if I just didn't give a fuck about nobody and was just shooting from the hip, this is how I would act, man. Fuck it. Yeah, yeah, I'm launching a meme coin. Liquidate under 24 hours. I'm rich. Got you, bitch. Bro came back from his tap dance.
Ridiculous.
So he 2.5 million was withdrawn, and the coin plummeted. Wait, it surged up to 600 million, then plummeted by 75%.
Yeah, that is the actual definition of rug pull.
Yep.
Immediately, wasted no time.
I mean, he took taxpayers' money too, so.
Which is just, and this is gonna sound terrible. This is gonna sound terrible. But if he's dumb, if you dumb enough to donate to that, you deserve to get your money took. I'm sorry.
I mean, no.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't. You are right.
You've seen it happen too many times. It's happened too many times for people to still be putting their hopes and dreams into get rich quick schemes. Like, you deserve it at this point. I'm so sorry. So whoever donated to it, and I mean, some of the comments were saying that it could be money laundering. It could be, you know.
That absolutely is. On a digital level, yes.
It could, you know what I mean? Kickbacks and bribery. It could be all of this. I wouldn't know if any actual, you know, citizens were harmed, if any actual citizens were harmed in this, but I mean, we don't know. We don't know who the people were that invested. Because again, if it was money laundering, then it would just be a bunch of made up people that represent a billionaire or whoever, a drug dealer, anybody. The same way like shell companies and shit like that. So I'm not one to say who all was harmed in this, unless there's a group of people who come out and says, I was defrauded by Mayor or former Mayor Adams.
Yeah, remember somebody got I think it was the guy who established Bitcoin. Well, he got pardoned now, but he had to do some time because of his crypto scams and shit. But then, you know, Trump pardoned him, of course.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Those were actual people who got defrauded. This is not like the Hawk Tua coin. Those were actual people who invested in that. That wasn't some company trying to hide or launder money or, you know, some government official or whatever. Those were actual hardworking people who watched her get famous, watched her come up and was like, oh, this is going to be great. Same thing with Dogecoin. Like, I can't be quick to say that there was anyone.
Oh, Dogecoin ain't shit at this point right now. That's just not relevant at all.
Yeah, but I forgot what I was about to say. Let me see. What else was there? What else? Which one was? What was this?
The spot hiring.
I don't know what's happening. This is getting weird. I feel like.
I mean, I can hear us, but.
Yeah, but I don't know. Oh, is anything attached to this hub? I think I might need a new one. Because it's not.
where you could, in fact, walk out with your $50,000 bonus that day, possibly. I went in, I handed in my resume, which was, I did a skills-based resume. I'm a veteran. I served 2 tours in Afghanistan. So on the surface,
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
the resume looked pretty good. Had a very brief interview, took all of 6 minutes. They didn't ask very many questions. And then I left, assuming I would never hear back, because I'm a very Googleable person. I have an unusual name. I'm the only Laura Jadid on the internet.
Damn, and I just made an order from freaking
And I make no secret of how I feel about
Staples.
ICE
I may need another
and Trump
hub.
and all of it. So I was not expecting several days later to receive a tentative offer. I missed it in my inbox and it sunk to the bottom, which means that I never filled out the paperwork they requested. I never accepted the tentative offer. I never filled out my background check paperwork. I never signed the affidavit saying I committed no domestic violence crimes, none of it. A few weeks later, I got a message from LabCorp saying that ICE wanted me to do a drug test, and I went ahead and did that. I was pretty sure I wouldn't pass. I'd partaken in legal cannabis 6 days before the test, but why not waste some of their money, right? And then 9 days after that, I decided I wanted to, I was curious. Had they processed the drug test yet? So I logged onto the ICE hiring portal, and what I found was that not only did the drug test not seem to be relevant, I was listed as having joined ICE as of 3 days earlier. I had listed that I had accepted the offer. They had offered me a final position as a deportation officer. My background check was listed as completed 3 days in the future from when I was looking at it. So it seems like the answer to the question, who are they hiring, is they don't know. I mean, it's very funny that they hired a lefty journalist with a profile on Antifa Watch. That's hilarious. But what's not funny is they didn't make me sign a domestic violence waiver. So how many people with domestic violence convictions are running around with guns in our cities terrorizing people?
A lot.
How many people who have been committed of sex crimes or crimes against children are in charge of detention centers where there's no oversight, where people won't be missed and won't be believed? The agent was very keen on letting me know that I wouldn't be given a badge and a gun right away. I wouldn't be out in the street messing people up. I would probably have to push paperwork for about 6 months before I got there. And when I expressed that was fine with me, with my analyst background, he actually, the atmosphere changed. He was like, no, listen, we want everyone on the street with guns eventually.
Bueno.
Yeah, so she is a popular media person. I've never heard of her, but I saw this instance and like a few other clips. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my other camera. I'm gonna have to figure that out. And I think after this, I want to just get into it was something that we really were supposed to talk about.
Oh, the Black Panther stuff, since we talked about the
Yes. So I don't want to forget that.
Oh, and Don Lemon.
Yes. So, so basically this woman, she signs up to work for ICE. She takes a drug test, fails because she's been smoking weed. They gave her like, oh, we could do a program for you or whatever. So basically saying like, stop smoking and we'll test you again and replace that test with this test. Basically showing that they're willing to break the rules for people. They were saying that there are people working for ICE with active domestic violence cases. There's people with active assault cases. These are people with, criminal records, violent backgrounds. Just some very nefarious people that are masked and armed, running wild in our city. And now they're talking about they're being able to, go door to door and harass people asking for papers and all type of stuff. And honestly, you may try that in certain places, but let me tell you something. Y'all better be careful. For all you people that's with ICE and you think that that's something, just because they give you...
I mean, they're actually shook right now after what happened in Minnesota.
After they give you the permission to do that, you best be on your P's and fucking Q's. Because let me tell you, these people are not playing with you. And some folks will happily go to jail. If they could take you out first. Okay?
Bitch, you made me mad, bitch.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Damn, everything is just not working today.
Bruh.
But Yeah, like there's a trend on TikTok right now where people talking about nastiest angles, where some of these houses, you don't know floor plans, you don't know how to get in or out, you don't know. There's people hiding in nooks and crannies, and niggas got guns with scopes, and not all of these guns is registered. You go kicking in somebody's door, knocking on somebody's door, and you get blasted and sent to your maker. Them people disappearing. You know how many ghost guns is out here? Niggas 3D printing and selling shit on the black market. Listen here.
I mean, this makes me want to get my gun license for sure, you know, just in case.
Listen here. I was trying to tell you.
I mean, I listened, but, you know, I had other shit I had to deal with, but this shit is starting to get dire.
Listen here. It's getting real serious. It's getting real serious, and this is like they fucking around, and they gonna find out, unfortunately. And, you know, I hope them well, because I don't want to hear about, you know, civilians taking out other civilians, because y'all are not law enforcement. Like, I need y'all to be very, very clear.
Y'all are pussy. Like, y'all are pussy. Like, you gotta wear a mask and fucking beat up old people and pregnant women. Y'all pussy. Like, straight up. And a lot of them.
That was a man that said that.
Like, y'all are pussy. Like, straight up. And also, they also recruiting all the pardoned people that try to overthrow the government 5 years ago.
See, everybody keeps saying this over. They was not trying to overthrow no government.
That was overthrowing the government.
No, it was not. Nobody was there.
What do you mean? What do you mean? No, it was there.
Nobody of importance was in the White House was in the Capitol when they did it.
Congress. They was literally in there. Like, he literally had people. Well, one of his criminal charges was like he had people conspiring with him to try to overthrow the government. The only reason it didn't go through because his VP was like, "Fuck no, I'm not doing this."
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, he literally got away with that shit.
Stand corrected.
Yeah.
Cause it was like the way they was walking through the hallways and they was in niggas' offices. I was like, yeah, wasn't nobody there. Couldn't have been nobody in there.
I mean, no, because they evacuate and shit. When it comes to shit like that, they got, you know, like, you know how presidents got bunkers and shit? Congress has the same thing.
But yeah, before this joint cuts out on me completely, because I don't even know why I can't see my dual. Let me see. I'm going to try one more time. Open multi-view. I don't think that's what it is. And I'm not, I don't want to do full screen interface either. Yeah. So before I do that, let me go to, so yeah, so with all of that's happening, Sir Don Lemon happened to be outside amongst the people them doing what he does best and, you know, interviewing people and, you know, reporting from the ground. Where's that clip? Some interesting thing happened to follow. Where is it?
Secret that they invited folks out.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere, they don't expect us to come there, and then we disrupt business as usual.
So right now it's kind of mayhem. We're not part of the activists, but we're here just reporting on them.
Did they explain to you why they're here?
They did not.
They said that there's someone here in Easterwood, someone who is a member of ICE, and he's a pastor of the church.
Our church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left.
So this is what the First Amendment is about the freedom to protest.
There's varying array of views in this church on politics of immigration. Recognize the complexity of the issue.
This is an operation that is a secret, that they invited folks out.
This is Operation Pull Up.
That's how divided America is. When you look at the protesters here, and then you look at the people there who are praying, And you know what was the interesting thing? If these two groups could just get together, they might figure out what to do.
I don't necessarily agree with everything that's going on in the Twin Cities right now, but I don't think it's good to fight fire with fire. I think it's good to speak up. I think it's good to protest, but I think it's better to do it in a peaceful way.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch. This guy here, look, he's hugging his kid. And, you know, I imagine it's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here. They think you lost and this didn't accomplish anything, and you went into their house, the house of the Lord.
The reality is the house of the Lord is a place where love lives. It's not a place where you can have a pastor masquerading as the director for the field office of ICE in St. Paul.
This shows you just how divided America is.
Yeah, so because I can't get that camera to work. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to check that out another day. But yeah, so apparently in what was that, Minnesota? Where was that?
It was in Minnesota. Yeah.
Another flyover state. Apparently the pastor of the church moonlights as an agent of ICE, and folks found out because of that ICE list, and they showed up to his church to let people know we know who you are, and you know we know what you do in your free time, and for you to be. And I hate that Christianity gets such a bad rap, but it's not Christianity's fault because it is the only non-exclusive religion. Muslim,
they're not exclusive technically.
Well,
they are. They're technically.
No, because you have to do certain things to become Muslim.
Yeah, like a rite of passage. But isn't that the same thing with like Christianity?
No, you can just run around telling people you're a Christian. There's no way for you to prove it. There's nothing that.
What about Catholicism? Like they have a rite of passage.
I mean, not necessarily. Communion and all of that, is a rite of passage. But what I mean is like there's no level of exclusivity. You can't just walk into a mosque. You can't just walk into a whatever the Jewish temple is called. You can't just
synagogue.
Yeah, you can't just walk into those places and sit in on a service. You can walk into any denomination or any type of Christian church, whether it's Catholic, Pentecostal, Baptist, whatever. You can walk into any of those places and be openly welcome. And I think that's the thing, is any group of people that welcomes everyone in with open arms, they always get taken advantage of. It's the reason why the Indians got taken advantage of when niggas showed up in America. It's the reason why Africans got taken advantage of. It's the reason why any person who doesn't treat people like stranger danger, get away, you know what I mean? Like if you don't treat people and keep people at a distance, you're bound for people to take advantage of you. And it's very unfortunate because that is the very thing that Christianity is based on, is being accepting, being loving, being caring, being compassionate for strangers. And people take advantage of that. And so with people claiming to be Christian, having a church, being a pastor or whatever, it just gives the entire religion a bad name. The same way how when, we had the quote unquote war on terrorism, and because they were saying that ISIS and all of them people were Muslim, there was a lot of Islamophobia going on where people didn't like and were being afraid of and were targeting Muslims.
Zoran being elected when he was on his campaign.
There's a reason to it, but it's not as big, or the offense isn't as big because there isn't a lot of people create what's the word I'm looking for? Engaging in violent behaviors under the guise of I'm Muslim or I'm Jewish or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's plenty of people creating and doing a lot of heinous and terrible things and then slapping on, oh, but I'm a Christian. It's terrible. And I think that that's the work of the devil, honestly.
Listen, like
don't get me in my Christian bag, but I do believe that is the work of the devil, to defame the name of Christianity, to make Christians look bad, and to give it the bad name that it has. You do your nefarious shit knowing damn well you don't believe nothing that the Bible says.
Like Europe did that shit. Well, Spain.
So I don't be too quick to want to say, oh well, you know, Christian. I don't be really, because granted, I don't go to church anymore, but I don't go to church anymore not because I don't want to, or not because anything bad has ever happened to me in church. I just don't go to church anymore because I don't feel. I've been to churches. I've tried to go back to my childhood church. I just don't feel it when I'm there. I feel more in connection with God. I feel more in tune with God when it's me, my four walls, and my Bible. That's it. Do I watch certain sermons online sometimes? Absolutely. Do I, I listen to my worship, praise and worship music online? Absolutely. But to sit in a church, I just don't be feeling it sometimes. And that's just me, a personal thing for me. I don't think that church is a bad thing. I have a homegirl of mine. She recently started going back to church. She actually volunteers at her church. So, I mean, there's plenty of people who, they've found church homes that they feel fulfilled in. I haven't found that yet. I was trying to go to one that I found near my house. They're called Harvest Fields. I have watched a few of their sermons online. I was telling myself I was going to try to get up and go one Sunday to see if I feel it. But I also feel like even in watching them, like, not to say that they're stumbling or like you got to be perfect as a pastor. I'll save that comment for another day.
No, I get you. I mean, that's funny that you mentioned that, because one of my mom's old church homegirls hit me up last week to have a pastor bless my mom and shit in the house. I'm like, bet, do it.
I mean, I like that. Like, I remember churches, like when I went to a Baptist church, I remember when they used to have, house visits for the sick and shut-in lists. I remember when they used to, really be about community. Yeah. I just don't feel that or see that anymore. Like, I don't really.
Because, like, the institutions of churches, not to disrespect the faith, but the institution of the church is bullshit.
But I don't think that it's the institution of church. I think it's bad faith people being involved in church.
Yeah, and I'm saying, like, that's part of the institution. They use the institution to mislead people for their own gain and all that.
Ooh, excuse me, but I say all that to say, because Don Lemon was in Minnesota doing his thing, apparently Nicki Minaj decided to take to Twitter, and she had some things to say. She says, Don Dick Sucking Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. Very rich. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. Again, protesters cannot walk into a mosque. Protesters cannot walk, well, they could walk into a synagogue, because I don't really think they would be able to do anything. But I'm just saying, like, the reason why he would not do that to any other religion, because people of those religions do not get caught. This is unfortunate, but they don't get caught doing nefarious shit. Unfortunately, this Christian pastor got caught doing some fuck shit, and the protesters popped out and showed them that they wasn't with it. I don't get what the problem is.
And she's an undocumented immigrant bitching about this.
I mean, I'm not even here to argue the immigrant part. It's just the ignorant part.
No.
I'm talking about lock him up. Like, what do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the ignorant part. Like, you saying lock him up.
No, you said immigrant. I said, no. I'm not dealing with the immigrant part.
No, I'm saying Nicki is the immigrant saying to lock Don Lemon up when she can she's an undocumented immigrant, is what I'm saying. Like, she could get locked up due to that fact.
No, I don't think she's undocumented, because she went to a New York high school.
No, she is. She said it herself. She is undocumented.
How? When she went to an American high school, she went to LaGuardia.
No, she said she actually said it herself. You can still be undocumented and still go to New York high schools.
No, you can't. You can't even not live in New York City and not go to a New York City high school.
I'm telling you, I'm not lying. She is. Yeah, she's not a U.S. citizen.
Nicki Minaj unleashed a post aimed directly at Don Lemon following his coverage of Minnesota protests that unfolded inside of a church led by an ICE field director. The moment at the center of outrage happened when protesters ended a Sunday worship service in St. Paul to confront the pastor, who also serves as an immigration and customs enforcement field director. The demonstration was tied to anger over ICE enforcement ICE enforcement actions in the area, and quickly turned tense as chanting echoed through the sanctuary. He was on the ground documenting the scene, sharing footage, speaking to people. Clips from inside the church spread online. Nicki Minaj jumped into the conversation with a blunt post on Twitter, calling him disgusting, accusing him of targeting religion, which is dumb, and demanding that he be jailed, which is very rich for her, because ain't your husband about to go to jail, bitch? She's also claimed that he would not have the same thing. He would not have done the same thing to another religious setting, a statement that pushed the situation from political debate straight to cultural firestorm territory. He has not been charged with any crime, and there is no indication that law enforcement considers his reporting illegal. He has maintained that he was present strictly as a journalist documenting a news event, not participating in the protest itself, which is true.
And the DOJ pressed charges on him, which is stupid. But no, you're right. She's a permanent resident.
When are you gonna learn? Just when are you gonna learn?
I had to look it up, and he himself said that she was an illegal immigrant.
No, I don't think he said illegal. He just said that she's an immigrant, which is true.
No, look at his response. He literally says it on there.
I don't think he said the word illegal. Do I even have his
illegal
response?
or undocumented? He said one of those two. There it goes right there.
Oh, okay.
So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged homophobic tweet about me. I usually don't respond to this stuff, but let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about shit for which you know nothing about. This is out of your depth, by the way, and you are a homophobic bigot. You don't care about African Americans, and you're not an African American. From what I know, you are reportedly an undocumented citizen, so you should be deported under Donald Trump's rules. And the other thing is that your family members, you have one family member who's reportedly a sex offender, the other family member, your husband or whatever, a sex offender is your husband, and one of them is reportedly a pedophile. And you have nerve to talk about me and what you think that I do? Nicki Minaj.
He's like, bitch.
Get a life. Stop being a pick-me. You should have put a pick-me doll on that damn tweet instead of a Chucky doll, because you are nothing but a pick-me. And I choose not to pick you. And so should black people, and so should gay people. Shouldn't buy your music. Clock that. So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's.
I don't know what her end game is. I don't know what she got going on. Like, she has... I never thought I would see the day that I would not fuck with Nicki Minaj so heavily, because she has just been such an embarrassment. She was an embarrassment started, like, I want to say her decline started with Queen Radio.
When she was getting 2018, 2019. When
she was getting online in the middle of the night, yelling and screaming, saying shit that didn't make no sense. She said, what did she say about Harriet Tubman? She was just saying crazy, and people dismissed it like, oh, she's on a coke grant. Oh, she's blah, 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 blah. And niggas just went about their business and acted like she wasn't saying nothing. It started from then. When you ignore people and let them just say ridiculousness on the internet, it comes to a head at some point. And I think we've reached the head of it, because this is ridiculous. Like, this is beyond spiraling.
I mean, the hate train started, in my opinion, back in like 2017, 2018, after her issues with Remy Ma and shit. And then when Cardi started coming up, I think that's when people was like, fuck Nicki and shit like that. At that time, I defended her, but then, yeah, like, whenever she started beefing with Meg, that's when I was like, yeah, she corny. She corny for this. Like, you could tell she was on coke and shit like that. And then, like, she married her husband, who was a piece of shit. It's like...
Well,
like she downgraded dramatically. She went from Nas to that nigga. Well, Nas, Meek Mill, and that nigga. So she downgraded dramatically.
I don't know, cause Meek is.
No, I'm saying Nas, Meek, that nigga.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't
but
really
Meek
know
is
if
not.
I would put
Meek ain't a registered sex offender. He's a lot of things, but he's not that.
You know what? You are right. You are correct. You are correct. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know what she got going on. I don't know what the end game is.
She about to lose her.
First, it was the Amfest, her getting on stage talking that shit with Erica Kirk. Now that I don't know. I don't know. I don't see how she could recover from this.
She's not gonna recover from this.
I don't see how she's gonna recover from this. Like
she's not. I'm calling it. She's not.
Like to ruin your legacy as one of the greatest female MCs to ever do it in such a massive, racist, bigoted, homophobic, just hate-filled way. Your legacy is now just hate. First, it was hate for women who, relied on bubblegum rap and their bodies. Then it was hate for, women.
Wait, she said that?
No, I'm just saying, overall, just it was cute when it was just, oh yeah, I hate these girls because they don't write their own raps. I hate these girls because they all bite off of me, but they don't give me credit. I hate these girls because blah, blah, blah. Now it's like hate is your legacy. You're just like, you just hate. Like, not even a hater, you're just hateful. Like, there's a difference.
And
like,
I think
you're hateful. You are a hateful individual.
Whatchamacallit? I forgot this dude's name. Foreign Man, whatever his name is. He basically says like what was it? What did he say exactly? He says that the way she marketed herself, it wasn't geared towards empowering women. It was basically for the male gaze and for the patriarchy and shit like that.
Yeah, because she came out. Her whole MO was like, I'm just as good as the men. Like, don't look at me as a female rapper. Granted, she used her female attributes to make people listen to her. Yeah. But it was more so like, yeah, I'm going to wrap circles around. Like, now that I have your attention, watch me wrap circles around these niggas. Watch me, do better on these songs than these niggas. Watch me kill these features. Watch, you know what I mean? Like, watch me outdo these men. So it was really, it was never really about, bossing up other women or hyping up other women or anything like that. It was more so just like, I'm whatever, anything you can do, I can do better type shit. So I don't necessarily think of her as a pick-me. I don't really know where he got that from.
I mean, no, she kind of is a pick-me because, like, again, like she's pandering to MAGA and shit like that. That kind of gives her pick-me energy right there.
Okay, I can see that.
And then, like, another thing too, she was also talking shit about SZA and Doechii at one point and stuff, and like one of their affiliates commented and she tagged the FBI on Twitter and shit like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so she definitely is a pick-me.
That's crazy. That's actually insane. It was another thing that came up as well.
I mean, there was also people hating on Don Lemon saying that he wouldn't do this in a black church. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up.
It was originally with the Black Panther, the new Black Panthers or whatever.
I think you got it right there. Yeah, right there. No, it was just that. No, the other one.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is the white people that's joining.
No, still put this on. Put this on. Let this run.
No, it's more so I want to talk about the Black Panthers because that one was.
ICE agent ever run up on me? I guarantee you they won't. I'll put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's gonna happen. They touch me.
Funny.
Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig? Carry bigger guns and we don't take no shit. Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them, and it needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because them ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. That means them shotgun shells that shoot out of a pump, they shoot them rapidly. If you are gonna legally arm yourself with something bigger than what they got. Those who serve in the public, they should be fearful of the public. They should be fearful that the public's going to be dissatisfied with their job that they're doing, not feeling like they're tyrants, not feeling like they're bullies because they got guns and body armor and walkie-talkies. That makes them immune to whatever the people would do. I think you want to correct the ideology of the pig and the mentality of the slave catcher, you meet them with equal force. All power to the motherfucking people. Won't no ICE agent ever...
Facts.
So this came out, and, you know, it went pretty viral. And that gentleman is in Philly, and they were saying how a detainee may have been unalived by ICE. They were choked out.
A lot of detainees been unalived by ICE.
And so this ended up coming out with the Black Panthers them saying that the Black Panthers are back. And when I first saw this, I was very, I was happy to hear, because yes, we do need good guys with guns. Like, people can't just, and that's one thing that I don't like about a lot of like liberals, a lot of, Democrats, is that they're like, oh my God, like they do tend to be a little pussy. And that's why conservatives tend to get the type of people that they need, that they get. I mean, they're
probably more pussy than them, which is hilarious.
I mean, but even still, it's like, you don't have to be like this idea that only thugs carry guns is ridiculous. Like, to sit here and try to say that you can't, like he said, you can't meet violence with violence, force with force is ridiculous. Like, you don't. What do they say? With great power comes great responsibility. And if you're going to have that power, at least if guns are going to be the power, I would want people who are willing to wield them justly, righteously, versus the people who are unscrupulous and are just going to do whatever they want to do.
And it's their Second Amendment rights when the government is acting the fuck up. And that is the case in these days and times.
So to me, I just don't understand why so many people are against it.
Because they're fucking idiots, for one. Because the chatter online with some black people that was like, oh, Black Panthers never looked out for illegal immigrants. I'm like, yes, the fuck they did, you fucking dummy. That's literally, they're internationalists.
Oh, so I think that young lady, her post is gone. Because there's a woman who was claiming to be Huey P. Newton's niece or grandniece. And basically she was denouncing old boy who was just mentioning
he mentioned some of the founders that are still living in Philly. They gave him their blessing to start up the Black Panthers.
Right, but there's a woman saying that she's getting ready to sue him.
For what?
Because she's saying that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I and this is how I know things are getting taken down. Because I remember saving this. I don't know why it's not in my list right now, but I remember saving this. But yeah, she came out to say, I'm not. Me and my family is not okay with this guy claiming to be the new Panther Party. We're not standing for it. This is not blasphemous. This is slanderous. We're going to sue him. They got rid of it.
How the fuck is that slanderous? Also, Fred Hampton Jr. has something to say, but who the fuck cares? You don't mean shit in all this.
Yeah, they got rid of it. That's crazy. And I just saved it today. So this is how I know. Oh, this was actually pretty funny.
I mean,
I guess I have to do it myself. I know.
Allah Akbar! don't know if this is AI or not, but this is funny.
Depressing. Because I have to do it myself. I know.
Allah Akbar! Got scared. And they were saying that this is how you know
Depressing.
his
Because I have to do it myself. I know.
Allah. This is how you know his getting shot in the air was fake.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because they was like, this is what actual fear, like somebody just yelled it out. There wasn't a shot, there wasn't anything. So if you could be that afraid of somebody yelling something out versus an actual shot being let off, that you knew, oh, okay, never mind. They're saying that this is old. Oh, since when they got fact checkers on Instagram? This video is not recent. The audio of someone yelling was digitally added later and is not present in the original footage. Fact checkers confirmed the chant did not occur, and the clip has been repeatedly reused with altered audio. So what made him duck like that? So what could have made him duck like that if that didn't really happen?
I mean, is it relevant? He ain't dead. Like,
no, but I'm just saying if yelling that didn't, if that yell didn't happen, what was yelled to make him duck and act like that? Because they're saying that audio has been added digitally later. So then what made him duck? What could someone have yelled to make him look so panicked?
I don't know, probably somebody said gun or anything like that. We probably gotta watch the original video to that.
I don't know where the original would be. But yeah, I really and truly hate that I wanted to have my computer wanted to act up today, because there was a couple of other things I wanted to talk about as well, but I can't find it. I'm really upset that video is not there anymore, because Shorty, I just couldn't understand what her opposition to it was. Like, why are you upset? Like, I don't understand why you could. And
first of all, she may not even be Huey P. Newton's grandniece or whatever. She's probably a fraud. But again, he might be faking it, but to me, doesn't appear so. Yeah.
The man said we're the new Black Panther Party. He ain't say we're the originators. He ain't say that we're the one. Like, he specifically said we the new niggas that's running shit now.
Yeah.
So for her to be, and I really wish I could find it, because it's just like she was just so angry, and there was so many people who were angry with him.
I'm gonna just say that they're fucking idiots.
It just didn't make any sense to me.
Because this motherfucker saying, "Oh, why is he helping out undoctor these illegal immigrants?" I'm like, you are fucking dumb. Y'all don't get the fucking point. Oh, y'all can get it too.
He is also the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul.
This was the other footage.
So someone who claims to worship God, teaching people in this church about God, is out there overseeing ICE agents. Think about what we've experienced. The murder of Renee Good at the hands of ICE. A Venezuelan national shot by ICE. A 6-month-old baby who almost died as a result of ICE unleashing military-grade weapons on our community. How dare you claim to be a pastor of God and you are involved in evil in our community?
Do you think Jesus would be understanding?
We're about worship.
These folks.
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them?
No, church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday, and we were interrupted by this group of protesters.
Listen.
We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left.
And why has none of his congregation asked for any explanation of what I don't understand.
They probably gonna abandon the church.
Well, it doesn't seem so, because if that was the case, they would have left during the protest.
David Easterwood.
I would have questions if it came out Like, I'm not saying I would be quick to jump ship. Well, man, no, I probably would be quick to jump ship. If I found that out about my pastor, that they were engaging in you know, some nefarious extracurricular activities, I probably would, you know, say a few words and exit stage left. But if I were able to be more compassionate, I would have to ask, what is the reason? And how does this align with what the word says? And I think that's a part of the problem with church as well.
I mean, there's a limit to my compassion if the pastor is literally heading field operations on ICE. I'm like, yeah, fuck this place. Like, like, there's no questioning at that point, because it's like, there's no talking your way out of that shit.
I mean, you are correct. That's why I said my initial stance would be I wouldn't be able to do it. But I do know that there are people who sometimes they need the explanation.
Yeah, sometimes
they need to ask why. And for me, like I was saying, like, I think that that's a part of the reason why I find fault with, you know, churches, is because I don't really know too many churches that encourage people to read the word on their own. And I don't know too many churches that allow for people to ask questions of what it is that they've read. Like, I can say that I have been blessed with family members who are clergy. So I have my cousin / godfather who is a pastor. He has his master's of theology. He was a lawyer, and then he decided to, you know, dedicate his life to the Lord. And I ask him everything. And he's never, and I've been blessed enough to where he's never tried to tell me, oh, you can't question the Bible, or you can't ask this, or you just have to believe without blah, blah, blah. Like, I've never been turned down in that manner. Yeah. Like, I've been able to ask him literally anything. There's been times where I've had religious conversations or religious arguments with people, and I've had to call him on the phone and have him explain it, because it's like, I can't defend the Bible in the way that some non-believers want you to, because that's one thing that I've always tried to stay away from, is like arguing my belief with non-believers. Like, I do remember once upon a time I was in certain circles where people were like, oh, I can't believe in the Bible because things don't make sense and there's contradictions and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, well, life is full of contradictions. Like, I don't get what or like why your contradictions are like so, because they love to say, well, if God knows everything and if God has all the answers, then why does God allow for bad stuff to happen? Well, because there's a such thing as free will. And in free will, you can either choose to do the things that you know are right or that you're told are right, or you can choose to do whatever you want to do. But just know that there is a consequence, or for every action, there is an equal but opposite reaction, and it's going to come back to you. If you choose to do the right thing, does that mean that no bad thing is ever going to happen to you? No. But it makes it more willing, more, what's the word I'm looking for? The probability of bad things happening to you would be less than if you do the bad things in life and then you reap those benefits. Then they talk about, oh, well, if slaves and slave owners were praying to the same God, how come God didn't answer their prayers? I said, well, how do you know that slave owners was praying? Let's start there. What makes you think that slave owners really believed in the Bible and they really believed in God, but then they ignored all of the chapters and all of the verses about how to treat strangers, how to treat people that are visitors to your land, how to treat, like, how do you believe that they actually believe the Bible?
They absolutely did not.
When they ignored the very blatant directions given to them on how they're supposed to behave. So why are you holding them to that standard? So when getting into those arguments, I would just call him and have him explain it, because it's just like, I'm not about to argue with you over stupidity. Listen, if it were me, I would rather live like God is real and find out that he's not than live like he's not and find out that he's real. So whatever y'all want to do, that's your personal decisions. But just know, for every action, there is an equal but opposite reaction. So I just can't seem to understand why people take the words of these people. Like I could never. That's part of the reason why I didn't like. I think we talked about this too, and I think we'll end right after this. A part of what I didn't like about mega churches down south is I had never heard of prosperity gospel until I got down south. And then when I realized, like, oh no, this is just the gospel that you guys are preaching to justify all of the luxury, like the lavish things that you have and all. Like, I didn't grow up in any church that preached the prosperity gospel.
All I know is MLK is rolling in his grave over these fucking southern churches, these southern black churches doing this bullshit.
I would imagine. Even when, what was that hurricane that took out Houston, and Joel Osteen was like, y'all can't sleep in my church.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be a man of God, and you can't use your multi-million-dollar building that's super fortified and built. You couldn't.
And these Republicans and conservatives saying, oh, they follow the word of God, but these pro-life idiots, they're all against abortion, but they're not for giving poor kids free lunch and shit like that, or like free childcare and shit like that.
It's all of that. Listen, it's one thing that I've noticed in my Christian journey is that never have I ever read the Bible and it made me think about somebody else, or it convicted me about somebody else. It was always about me. Anything that I've ever read in the Bible, anything that has ever spoken to my spirit, had something to do with me. There was nothing that ever came across that made me say, oh, I'm supposed, even in the things that I'll see other people do. Because like right now, I struggle. I notice that like the Bible does, when they speak about, what's one of, not the bear false witness. I just had it. I can't remember what it is, but it's basically like how some people say that the Bible says not to curse, or like to say bad words or whatever it is. They don't just mean profanity. It means speaking ill of people.
Yeah.
Talking about how somebody's fat, how somebody's ugly, how somebody is poor, how somebody isn't dressed how you would like them to be, gossiping, even if it's true, because I used to be one of them people like, it's not gossip if it's true. No, it's gossip still, and that is something that I can admit I do struggle with. I gossip. It is what it is, but it's never, I try to justify my sin by saying I never do it in a malicious way. It's never that I'm gossiping to spread false rumors or blah, 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 but just the telling of somebody else's business. If a situation happens to somebody and I try to use that as an example to speak to somebody else, that is still technically gossiping. And that is something that I am going to have to answer for when that day comes. I'm going to have to beg and plead like, Jesus, lead know my heart. I ain't mean it. I didn't mean no harm. I just was talking. But it's things like that. It's never been, oh, I'm going to condemn you for your lifestyle because what you're doing isn't of the Lord or isn't of God. No.
Like, mind your fucking business. Like, straight up.
It's never been that. So for all the people that's like, oh, they want to preach homosexuality is wrong, or promiscuous lifestyle is wrong, like how red pillars try to use the Bible of like, oh, women is out of order, talking about, oh, the men is the house. No, men don't get submission if they're not submitted to the Lord. So don't tell me about how women are supposed to be under their man, blah, 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 when you're under nobody. Because I'm not submitting to no nigga who's following the devil.
Word.
Or who has no beliefs at all. Like, because who's going to keep you in line? If you're supposed to keep me in line, who's keeping you in line? To where you don't abuse and misuse me to whatever your ego or your, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. And I know we got way off a topic, but I just had to say that. So I just hate that, you know, a lot of this is happening as far as like you know, the way the world is going, and this whole ICE situation is definitely making things way more difficult these days. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean, thankfully we're in New York, but it's kind of ironic too, though. Like, I mean, my family came from ran away from bullshit like this only for this bullshit to be here.
I mean, yeah, that is kind of crazy. I guess I'll have to buy a new USB hub before the next show.
Oh, yeah, I got you on that one.
Oh, okay. I appreciate it. But other than that, is anything else? Did I miss something?
Shout outs to the Black Panthers. Fuck all y'all criticizing that nigga. Y'all can eat a dick.
Period.
And log off and touch grass. You dumb fucks.
Period. And on that note, bye.